a size standpoint, we were losing a number of inches, but I told them it's about heart and hard work. And Seth, I mean, he was really good. You know, the way he moves his feet, he was able to get steals and deflections because of his athleticism, his strength. He can guard bigger guys, and so we were able to switch a number of different players because he can guard guards or big guys down low on a post. And so he got elbowed in the hip, and that's the only reason he came out. If he didn't get elbowed in the hip, he would have played the rest of the game. He was playing that well.
Y'all struggled at times last year, coming back from deficits. What do you think the difference is this time around?
Well, I thought the thing that we struggled with last year was down the stretch, being able to make, the discipline and details, the free throw, the box out, not to turn the ball over, get the loose ball. I thought that's where at times we struggled last year, but I was just really proud of the guys, their effort and for them not to panic and stay within what we tried to do on the offensive end, and for them to make that change, and for us to be honest with you, our press, that's the first time that we've ever done it after made baskets. It's usually over dead ball, free throw, full court situations. We were pressing off a made or miss. We just, and I went into the huddle and I said, guys, do you like this? You want to continue to do this? And they're like, Coach, let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. And that's exactly what I wanted to see, was some life. And for whatever reason, that press got us going.
Some of the guys said they work on it. You guys work on it almost every day in practice.
Yeah.
Is it nice to see it actually come to fruition in life in an actual game? And is this just another layer of what you guys can bring?
It is another layer, and it could be used not even when we're behind, just to change the pace of the game and be able to get steals and deflections and allow us to get out in transition. And it's something that we do work on every day, but as I mentioned before, it's the first time that we've done it after a made basket. It's the first time that we've done it even after a missed basket. It's usually dead ball situations, after free throws. And so to be able to adjust to that on the fly during the game, I thought was really good.
Hubert, was the lack of energy early, was that part of that, your shots aren't falling, maybe it kind of bleeds over the defensive end a little bit, or was it something else you think?
I don't know. I really don't. I said this before, Saturday afternoon games in the Smith Center in conference, it's pretty electric out there. And so I had great energy, and I was ready to go. But I don't have a reason for it. It has been, 3 games in a row in the Bahamas, come home, play an emotional game Wednesday night against Tennessee, and then 2.5 days later, start ACC an opponent 2:00 in the afternoon. And so, but we knew that we would get Florida State's best shot, and that's what we did.
On RJ's run of success that Kirsch was talking about, how much of it did the emphasis on passing and playmaking and shooting that you found in the portal, you think, affect the quality of shots that he's getting this year?
I think it affects the quality of shots for everyone. I mean, even at the beginning of the game, we weren't making them, but the ball was moving exactly the way it should. I mean, it just doesn't stick at all. I mean, we just always, from an offensive standpoint, want to be good to great, and we want to make the extra pass. And not only do we make the extra pass, I feel like our guys, they get more excited to see their teammates make shots to make the extra pass as opposed to them making their own shot. And so I love the unselfishness of this team. Everybody shares the basketball, and that's something that's a big part of our success on the offensive end and getting RJ and everybody else shots.
Do you feel like the last couple games? Jeremiah, he's been waiting.
Yeah, when you guys rep that pressure that you were talking about, the full court press, when you guys rep that in practice, what are the main things that you're kind of wanting them to hone in on, and because obviously you guys kind of start with it in practice, but what are the main things that you want them to hone in on to make that press successful?
Well, there's a couple things. Obviously, we'd like to get steals, and so that we can convert and be able to score. 2, we like to, speed up an opponent and take them out of their offense. You don't want them to be able to run their offense like they do in shoot around. And if you speed up an opponent, they may take uncharacteristic quick shots, and it gets it to the pace that we want it. And so if they miss those shots, it allows us to get out in transition. And so, you know, off and on throughout the year, we'll continue to do that. And I thought they executed it really well on the fly tonight.
We're just gonna take a couple more because Coach Hamilton's ready in a few. Adam? I'm sorry, Pat, then Adam.
Hubert, do you feel like this game and then really the last several has helped this group sever the ties from the past and the baggage that came with last season?
This is this year's team. I'm not thinking about my first year, my second year. How many, do we have 7 new players on this year's team? I don't think anybody's thinking about last year. I think all of us are thinking about this team and this year. We always talk about what's in front of us and what is real, and what's in front of us and what is real is us and this year's team and our growth and seeing what we can do and how good we can become.
Adam, then here in the front.
Hubert, I know you might not have wanted to have to go to the press, almost, I don't know, a last resort when you're down that much, but knowing that that ability is there, that gear is there, if you need it, do you think that gives your guys more confidence, you know, that they can turn the tide of a game like this when things aren't going their way?
Well, I do think it gives us confidence that it can be effective, and that this is something that we can use for the remainder of the year in positions. And I've said before, not necessarily if we're behind, just to get more energy and get the pace in which we want it. And so I think definitely that's something that can give us an encouragement and about moving forward and doing this for the remainder of the season. But again, this is the first time that we use it in the game, so not only does that give the players confidence, that also gives me confidence, because as a coach, we've just been working on it at practice, and so now we have something during the game that we can build on and tweak and pivot and alter and change to make it even better.
Was there any sort of, just to follow up real quick, I'm sorry, Chris, was there any sort of debate over there, like, well, do you think we should go to the diamond, like,
No.
you know, since you hadn't done it?
No,
You know what I mean?
no, I don't mind trying stuff. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But what we were doing was not working. And so we needed to change the course and to try something. And whether it would have worked or not, I don't know, but you have to try something. And we tried it, and it allowed us, picked up our energy, and for whatever reason, today it worked.
Last one here in the front.
You got a big game coming up, number 4 seed in Connecticut. How are you going to approach that in the next practice to get ready for this game?
Well, I'm going to enjoy today. Today, it's very hard to win, and it's very difficult to win in this league, and so I'm going to enjoy today, and very proud of what the guys were able to accomplish today. And then I'll be really excited about getting up to New York. I spent 4 years with the New York Knicks, and I always want to bring the guys at least one time per year to play in Madison Square Garden, because it's just a special place. And to be able to do that next week and have a chance to compete against the defending national champions is going to be an atmosphere that really excited to be a part of.
First, he'll be excited to see you here at 1:30 on Monday.